Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
We thought we were sort of done cleansing our souls. Believe it or not this is sort of compacted together. These last few videos is compacted together over decade of van life,
Yep.
over 1 decade of van life.
Yep.
It's not sort of this happened 5 days in a row.
No.
This happened over the last decade.
Yes.
And now we have time. For a long time we had not that time, as we told you guys why in those last few real talks.
Yep.
And by the way, Peetwas got the sniffies.
Yes, I do.
So you guys, just so you know.
Yeah.
So I'll do a bit more of the talking.
Mm.
I should do that when Peetwas doesn't have the sniffies. But we just wanna. The strange thing is that when we are talking about what happened in the last decades that we never talked about, we start connecting some dots for ourselves as well,
Yes. Indeed.
which sort of initiated this video. Let's dive straight into it.
Yeah. True. Hoot, hoot.
All right. In our last few videos, we talked about, and specifically, I think it was video 559. Was it 558? I should have checked that.
Yes.
The 2.5 hour long video.
Yes.
We number all our vlogs. So this is 561-ish or something like that. I should have checked that. But
You
yeah.
made so many.
Made so many.
Yeah.
In the vlog that we made recently, that is 2.5 hours long, about convoying what happened.
Yes.
We explain, and I'll just go into it quickly, but if you really want to get the full understanding, watch that 2.5 hour long vlog.
Yeah.
And we told you about an English couple, and they helped us out with the Van Master camper van that we had at the time. But the guy was sort of a schizophrenic, or a Jekyll and a Hyde, a two-faced, or two-handed, because with one hand he was fixing your van to attach you to him.
Yeah.
So he could sort of then, in return, claim back your time from you.
Yeah.
And we talk about everything. And on the other hand, so he's fixing it, doing fixings for you. So you sort of, that's how they recruit you, or they romance you. What's the word? Love bomb you.
Yeah.
With this hand.
Yeah.
But with this hand, he was sabotaging the van. And then offering you fixings. So he sold you the problem and sold you the solution, if that makes sense. So we discovered he's in one phase is he's the mechanic, and the other phase is he's the saboteur.
Yeah.
And in that 2.5 hour long video, we give you 2 examples how we sabotaged our Renault Master once it was running perfectly.
Yeah.
He sabotaged it and put our engine in his trailer, and then he had us.
Yep.
He had us. As a basically, it's sort of a cage without. It's a mental cage. Mm-hmm. And so that's why we talk about that 2.5 hours long. He just sabotaged our van twice in the same year, the same winter. So first he took the engine out, put it in his trailer, and there was an unnecessary. We didn't ask him to do that. The van was running fine. And we told him, the van is running fine, we need you less. Yeah. We can do our own things. Mm. And they didn't like that, so he sabotaged it. Yeah. And then he offers you the solution. He says, oh, your engine is broken, let's fix it.
No problem.
So he sabotages it first and says it's broken, we gotta fix it, and gives you the solution. Then he ties you to him, and he owns you. You can't You cannot bite the hand that is fixing your van. And we didn't sort of realize when it was happening that he was sabotaging it. That phase, we only connected the dots once we escaped. Then you connect the dots properly. So when we're back in the Netherlands and when you're camped or broken down, and we also broke down again in the Netherlands. Not the point. Once you're back in the Netherlands and you're on your own again, you have time to think and to process. And we said, hey, that repair was basically totally unnecessary. We asked him, don't do it.
Yep.
It's running fine, basically. But he did it. Anyway, he pushed, he said, well, let's have a look. It's all innocent. Let's have a look. Opened it up. Said, oh, I see some repairs. You need to order some parts. It's going to take a couple of months.
Yeah.
So he did it, a mechanical sabotage. But once that was repaired, eventually, like within a couple of months in, we stayed there almost 8 months.
Yep.
So like half of the time, 3-4 months later, that repair was done. We got our freedom back. And we said, let's finish it up, the van, cosmetically. We painted it. We literally said we had $10 for paint and a brush. Painted it once, done. It looks proper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes.
Looks proper. His wife then said, I'm going home for Christmas. He needed something to do. He was bored. And he thought, if we don't need the repairs from him, what's he going to do? And we might make new friends. We might go other places. He didn't want to be on his own. He didn't want to be left alone. So he created a project again for himself. He sabotaged the van, cosmetically this time. Crowbar into the side of the van, ripped off the panel and said, oh, there's a hole here, we gotta fix this. I have the solution, I know how to fix it.
Yeah.
So this hand rips the panel off, and this hand he says, I have the materials and the fiberglass to fix it. Lucky for you. I just have this, by coincidence, I have brought this with me from Spain, where they live.
Yeah.
We thought he was ripping the panel off, basically with the best of intentions. Just like we thought he was opening up the engine with the best of intentions. We didn't realize we were being sabotaged with our master. So he then had us at his disposal all the time. He told us we couldn't talk to other people, so they isolated us. They told us basically that we had to sit out with him all the time, because if we wouldn't do that, he would be upset. And if he was upset, he always said, I'm going to take my ball home and leave you to it.
Yep.
Which we also saw with another friend of him. The friend said something that upset him. He made a joke. He didn't like the joke. And he abandoned his friend for many years. The friend that he had for many years, he took not his ball, but his toolkit, and left this guy fend for himself. The guy was broken down, asked for his help. He made a joke. He didn't like the joke. Off he went. And then eventually I had to help his friend, which was also a friend of ours. But we connected the dots in those talking videos.
Yep.
Like, okay, we saw this was the key incident which caused him to control us, to manipulate into, we were being manipulated into control, and we started calling the camper park the camp prison. Prison camp. It felt like that to us. There were no bars, but every time you walked away, it was like, where are you going? You can't go there. Remember, your engine is in our trailer, and you want to repair it yourself. When you want me to repair it, come back.
Yeah.
Sit with us, come outside, sit with us, talk to us. Not be talked at. It was always be talked at. It got kind of crazy at some point. I mean, we could tell a lot of sub-stories in here. Like if Peter wanted to do laundry, we had this laundry machine, a portable mini camping washing machine. They told Petra, even they butted in with that night. They told us which store to go to, which people not to talk to. All our friends that we talked to were idiots. If a friend of ours came to talk to us, they jumped in the van, shut the door, slammed the door shut, making them uncomfortable. If people came to talk with us, they jump in their van, slam the door shut, then they get the message, You're interrupting. Don't come here. And people said, then, oh, did we upset those people? Huh? But they then didn't come back
No.
as easy. So they behave crazy. They hop in, slam the door shut, and the next time you don't come over.
No.
Or you think, I'll just come over to spite them. So this just to see them jumping in the door, sliding the door shut. Some people did that as well, and that worked also wonderfully. So Peter was doing the laundry, and they're sitting there observing. And the wife starts telling Petra, this is still the intro to the real story, but the wife tells Petra, you're doing it wrong, you should do it like this. Remember that?
Indeed.
Petra said, look, I'm telling it now for Petra. Petra said, I washed 1,000 times with this machine.
Yeah.
I know how to do it. Let me do it.
Yep. Indeed.
I don't know if you want to, this is over a sub-story. I'm just summarizing this sub-story now. I don't want to take the story away from Petra. They tell her, this is how you can move out, take over the washing machine. This is what you do. Catch the dirty water in a bucket and put the dirty water back in. And do another cycle with the dirty water. And Petra said, and I always use clean water.
Yeah, of course. Otherwise, there's no point in...
We have a washer. We had a clothing rack, a rack to hang the clothes to dry. So we put the rack out, and they say, don't use the rack. Don't use the rack. We moved this rack. We have it in the van. We moved it around, always with us. So you move it around with you. It's a hassle, but it is worth it for the time that you want to dry your washing on the rack. They had an issue with that. They didn't like the rack. He had a chain. Puts a chain around the lamppost. Puts the other part of the chain around my mirror. Yeah, it was a rope. I call it the chain. Because he literally chained us to the lamppost and tied it to the side mirror. I said, here, hang your washing on this. By putting the van on the chain, you can't leave. You see, you can't leave if the van is tied to the lamppost. Like tying a dog to a lamppost, you need to tie the van.
Yeah.
It wasn't about the washing rack, it was about us not leaving. And if Petra had said at any time, Jean, please, the wife is called Jean, Jean, please, let me do the washing myself.
Yeah.
Step away from the washing machine. They would have been insulted, and they would have said, well, here's your engine back, put it back together yourself. So we realized while we were doing these real talks, he sabotaged our master twice in 1 year.
Yep.
Now we're starting thinking back. We're going back further in time.
Yeah. True.
And further in time, we had a Peugeot Boxer van. We took it to Portugal for the first time. It's all in the vlogs. It's all verifiable in the vlogs.
Yep.
It was a smoker, this van. It was a big smoker. It was also an emergency buy because we had to get rid of our first van. It needed welding. We couldn't do welding. When you live in a van, you can't do welding as much.
No.
You never know what it's going to cost, and you never know where you have to stay while the van is being welded. No friends, no family, yada, yada, yada. You can't. Emergency buy, the Peugeot Boxer. Oh, beautiful van. Why is it so cheap? Because it needed welding.
Yep. Indeed.
But wherever we go to Portugal, we were doing work as digital nomads, and we were working to get enough money together for the next van.
Yep.
Because we knew it probably need welding, the Boxer. So during our journey, sometimes from the Netherlands to Portugal, the Boxer had starter problems.
Yep. Indeed.
Sometimes didn't start at all.
Nope.
But we made it to Portugal. By the luck of the camper gods. And then one afternoon in Portugal, this is of the how did we meet this English couple story. So we wanted to go to the store to the north. It's a straight road.
Yep.
Starting the van, it doesn't start. I open the bonnet or the hood, and over comes a mechanic, a retired mechanic,
Yep.
fag in his mouth. He was across the football field. It's a football field-sized spot. He was all the way in the corner across from us. We were in the other corner. He sees us struggling. Nobody else is coming over. Eventually he's like, okay, I'll walk over there, have a look. And he's from Germany. His name is Michael. And he says, hello, I'm Michael. I'm a Meistermechaniker. I'm a Meister. I'm a master mechanic in Germany. I'm retired and I normally don't help people. And I normally don't tell people that I'm a Meister mechanic. Because then everybody will want me to do jobs, fixing jobs. But, he sees us struggling, he walks over, fag in the mouth, and I think, you don't know, I suppose. So he looks over the engine, fag in the mouth, ash sort of falling in your engine bay. And I'm thinking, is that what the master would do, what the master wood mechanic does? Just ashing over, using your engine as an ashtray, basically. And he says, oh yeah, I see it, yeah. Gets his contact spray, the can of contact spray, he went to get it. And he says, yeah, try to start it. And he puffs the starter spray. It's sort of a, it sort of gives an instant boost of flame. Fires up the van. That worked. The van fires up. We're happy. And he says, well, here, keep the contact spray in case you come back from shop. If you go shopping and you turn off the engine and you want to come and it doesn't start again. He said, Petra, I'll show you how to do it, where to spray it in, and I then have to be inside starting it. He teaches us how to do it.
Yep, true.
So we go shopping, and we said, well, let's buy him a 6-pack of beers. As a thank you,
Yep.
we buy him a 6-pack of beers. He's a German, they love beers. 1 second.
True.
We're back. So we bought a 6-pack for the German. If you're just tuning in, Petra is feeling a bit under the weather.
Yes.
Are you? How are you doing? Let's check in.
My nose is completely stuffed.
Her nose is stuffed.
Yeah.
If your bank account would be as stuffed as your nose is at the moment.
Indeed.
Yeah. payhip.com/Petra's met foutobooks. If you get the bundle, will make Petra get well a bit faster. So I'll be doing most of the talking. Normally Petra always does most of the talking, right?
Yes, indeed.
I'll be doing most of the talking. We managed to make Petra a hot cup of tea.
Very nice.
And I've made myself one. And so I'll be doing most of the talking. And Petra's also doing some stuff on the phone. Because we have to, believe it or not, this is a work day for us. So we gotta check messages, things like this, mails. So Petra's not feeling well, she's looking at the phone, and I'm doing most of the talking. But I will check in with Petra from time to time, and she will chime in, and it will sound a little bit like this, but she will chime in, right? You will chime in whenever you can.
Indeed.
So we bought a 6-pack of beer for the German guy. We drive back. We didn't need to use the contact of the starting fluid. Drive back to the campsite. Give the Meister mechanic, Michael, from Germany, Deutschland.
Yeah.
We drive straight to his corner. we stop, and he comes out, and he says, is everything all right? And Petra, I think, yeah, Petra opens the door, gets the 6-pack of beer, and says, here, I think you handed it over to him.
Yeah, I think so.
It's
Yes.
as a surprise for your help. Here's your 6-pack of beer. And he's like, oh my God, this is the nicest gesture. You really didn't have to do that. But we said, we want to do. We want that. We appreciate that. You saved our asses. This is a little thank you for you coming over and helping us. And he says, well, I was just thinking while you were gone, I was thinking about what I saw in your engine. Can you open the hood again? So we open the hood again, and he looks in, and he says, yeah, just as I expected, the hoses of your boxer, with your boxer engine, they are a bit, what's the word? Porous? They're a bit cracked and dry, a bit with holes in it. Petra's looking up the word for us.
I am.
It's a bit, we are native language is Dutch. Pores. It has
Porous.
pores. Oh, it's the same word.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit porous. He says you have to keep an eye on those hoses. If you're back in the, I think he says, the hoses will hold till you're back in the Netherlands, but just drive it quiet, huh? Don't race it.
No.
Drive it sensibly, and the hoses will hold. But just to be sure, he says, and he walks in his van, gets a roll of duct tape, and he gives it to us, and he says, I'm retired, you do it.
Yes.
So he's told us to do the duct tape around the hose, all those porosy bits.
Yeah.
Wind it down there, and Petra does it.
Yes.
Petra has the smallest fingers. You can get in all those. Can get in there more fast, and she has more of an aptitude than I have for fixings. I'm not afraid to admit that.
Yes.
Petra is better in mechanics. So we tape in the hose, and then we thank him again, and we close the hood, and so basically after that point we forget about it. We forget that that's been done.
Yeah. True.
For you think, oh, he said we can go back to the Netherlands with that. Fine, we taped it. Yeah, all right.
Thinking nothing of it.
You think, okay, now, well, that's perfect, that's done. So we go back to our corner,
Yes.
and then another man comes over, and it's an English man,
Yeah.
and he says, hello, introduces himself, says, I'm Paul, I'm just here, I'm gonna check in. What was that guy who came over? I'm curious, which problem did you have? And what did the guy say? I said, well, yeah, we couldn't start this morning, and the English guy was there too, so he heard it, and he was outside, and he looked, but he didn't come over yet. So he asked then, when we were back, he said, what did the guy want, and what did he advise and say? And we said, well, we did the start, and he had this magical can, and he did puff puff, and somewhere, and then it started. And the English guy said, well, that's, so, and I said, but it's a master mechanic, he's a Meister in Germany.
Yeah.
So,
True.
and then Paul says, no, that guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have done that, he shouldn't have puffed that spray into your engine. That can sort of destroy the engine if you do that too many times. He said that's bad for the engine. And he says, you might think, who am I? I'm Paul. I'm a retired mechanic as well. I'm an engineer by trade. And he started to explaining to us in logical ways what the other dude did was wrong, and he started advising us. He said, if you want Petra, Paul said, I'll teach you a screwdriver trick.
Yeah.
Because I have to be inside of the van to start it. And he said, he taught Petra, he said, well, next time it happens, use the screwdriver.
Yep.
He said to Petra, here, screwdriver, oh, this is a pen, but here's a screwdriver. Touch this metal thing inside where the
Yep.
magic happens, with the glow plugs unit and everything. Touch this metal thing, and then as soon as you touch it, Patrick, you have to start the van instantly.
Yep.
He taught us a trick. He says then you don't have to use that contact spray. It's sort of dangerous to use for your engine. So we were happy with that.
Yep.
And then the English guy also says, if you want, I can sort of engineer I can do what do engineers do? What's that called? I can
Engineering?
do engineering. I can sort of analyze what the problem is. I mean, the contact spray and the screwdriver are sort of emergency methods. I can sort of get to the bottom because I'm an engineer. I can sort of trace it back to the start of the problem.
Yep.
Just like if there's like an arsonist, and then an investigator can say, oh, this is where the fire started, and they can tell it was an electrical fire or it was a deliberate fire. So an engineer can sort of reason his way through everything of the engine and then conclude you need a new glow plug unit. Pinpointed. But he also said, all I ask, if you want me to do that, I'll do it, but all I ask in return is that you stop hanging out with this idiot over there in the corner. He said you can choose him, and then if you choose him, that's fine. Then I'll take my toolkit home and leave you alone. I'll never bother you again, never talk to you again. Or you can pick me, but then you have to cut loose that master mechanic idiot over there in the corner.
Well.
And in my mind, I was thinking, oh, he did use our engine as an ashtray,
Yes.
and stupid me, but he made us choose and we chose. And you guess we didn't choose the master mechanic.
Yep.
But there was nothing left to do. The master mechanic said, well, if you ever need to start again, just with the spray. And the English guy said, well, here's a trick with the screwdriver. That could have been the end of it.
Yep.
But he offered, like, shall I do an investigation on what's really wrong with it? And we said, yeah, we would appreciate that.
Yeah.
So that's how we met Paul, the mechanic, and his wife, Jean, the nurse.
Yep. True.
So we were doing digital nomad work, as we always do, and then in Portugal we had a lot of work. And in the months before, we had been working through the Christmas and the New Year. Now it was January. We just had a big payout of all the work we've been done. In the months before, we just had our big payout, and I'm explaining, we're digital nomads.
Yep.
We also have a YouTube channel,
Yep.
and we just had a big payout, and then we're saving up for the next motorhome.
Yep. True.
And then the English guy, and we were sitting out together, he said, well, you don't need the next motorhome. You can also invest your money in your current motorhome and upgrade it.
Yeah.
Because it's good enough for you two. It can go many, many years. But we said, well, we know it needs welding because it was cheap for a reason. So he said, I'll have a look underneath. And he looks underneath and he says, I don't see any welding. And the reason he didn't see it, because it was sort of hidden.
Yeah.
That is about later. We come to this back at the end of this rant. Story, I mean. he said, I don't see any rust that would require so many require welding. I think it's good enough. You can invest in this van. And because he was also a retired mechanic and an engineer, we trusted him. And over the weeks that we were sort of hanging out together, the wife and the husband, so both Paul and Jean, convinced they were every day, we were sipping our teas, like now, tea and cookies.
Yeah.
And we don't have cookies now. But
Not at the moment, no.
they said, to keep the van good, you need an oil change, you need your air filter changed, you need your...
Yes.
So they started sort of telling us, this is what you need to do minimally before you drive back to the Netherlands. Go to the garage, because we told them, we just had our income from the digital nomad work. They said, no. In the next town over, there's a mechanic. He speaks English. Oh no, we knew it. We knew it. No, we knew about the mechanic.
Oh, yeah.
We spoke English ourselves.
Duh.
Hodor.
Yeah.
We knew about an English-speaking mechanic in the next town over.
Yeah.
Because we went there with our first van when we were in Portugal, and the exhaust fell out.
Yep.
And we went there. Somebody else recommended it to us and said, go there, he speaks English, he can maybe fix your exhaust.
True.
It's all in the vlogs, in our older vlogs. You can watch that back.
Indeed.
So we said, well, we could go to that English mechanic and ask him to do that. The filter and the oil change. And then, even though we were saving that money up for the next van, they convinced us to invest our money in the current van in Portugal, because they said labor is cheaper here.
Yeah.
If you do it, you will have no issues going back. Well, we did. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So they convinced us sort of to do the whole shebang.
Yep.
Shaboodle, the whole...
Yeah. Shebang, I think.
Yeah, so we went to the English mechanic and we said, can you do sort of all the maintenance that a van needs to have done? The oil change, the filters done, and look at the smoke. Because the van was smoking a lot. Maybe you can do something with that. Yeah. So the mechanic says, yeah, sure. Just bring it over early in the morning next week, and then at the end of the day you can pick it up. It will be ready. And how much is that going to cost? And it cost us, I think, around 400 euros. Which for us, that 400 euros, that was a lot of money. For my digital nomad work, wasn't all the money, but it was a big chunk. That's 400 euros. If you don't do any work on the Boxer, would be the fuel to get you back to the Netherlands, for example.
True.
It's 400 euros less towards another van.
Yeah, true.
If you're investing it in your current van. But now we had this engineer at our disposal.
Yeah.
And he said, well, now you've done all that work, we can go over more of the Boxer. We can do more jobs, if you like me to. I have time,
Yep.
I can do more. So he offered to do more. We didn't ask that, he offered that.
Yep, true.
Something to do, and to be out of his wife's hair, and his wife didn't mind him doing jobs, so she had more for herself.
Yeah.
So
True.
the next thing we were looking at was our tires. We also had old tires on the Peugeot Boxer, and so the tires were sort of the next big thing. So he was kicking the tires. He was looking at the dates and the condition. And he said, a bit crack here, crack there. And, in Portugal, they said, there's a tire place, and they replace the tires cheaper than they do over up in the north of Holland.
Yeah, true.
So they convinced us to also get a new set of tires. And they said, well, just do the two worst tires, replace the two worst tires. I think they were probably the back tires were the worst. And they said, well, just replace the two tires and go to the tire shop in Portugal. But then I was like, well, since we're investing, might as well do all the tires to give it a real good. And we have the video that we are at the tire shop and we say
Yep.
the two other tires maybe didn't need to be replaced yet, but we're going to keep this van for the next couple of years. So this is worth the investment to us.
Yes.
And we invest another 400 euros into 4 new tires, including the labor and everything and the alignments.
Yep. Indeed.
So that's 800 euros of our savings gone after having met Paul and Jean.
Yeah, true.
And talked us out of 800 euros. Easy peasy. I mean, we did it. It's on us. We decided to have the final vote.
Of course.
But they convinced us to do it. And we were like, well, if he's investing time to help us fix the van, then we sort of have to invest in the van ourselves a bit of money as well.
It all sounded very plausible. Yep.
Sounds very plausible. You can easily imagine, that's why we're telling it. You can easily imagine if you ever go to a site with a motorhome, stuff like this would happen to you as well.
Sure.
And an expert mechanic tells you it's a good idea to do this and everything. But one thing we forgot. When we went to the English-speaking mechanic and said do everything, one thing we forgot to ask him to do.
Yeah.
What
true.
did we forget?
To replace all the old hoses.
Which the Meister mechanic, Michael, the Meister of Michael, yes, Michael in German is Michael, the
First
Meister mechaniker,
First thing he said, yes.
get those hoses replaced.
Yep.
But because we duct taped them, we forgot, literally, we forgot about it.
Yep.
That's on us. We should have said,
Yep. True.
can you also replace the hoses?
Yeah. True.
And we forgot about that. And Paul never mentioned the hoses at all. I think we did say to him, we taped up the hose because it was a bit perouche. And he was like, all right, fine. And he was not sort of bothered with the hoses at all. They didn't say to us, don't forget to get new hoses.
No.
They never said that to us.
No.
But we also didn't think of it ourselves.
No.
And that will be relevant later on in this story.
Indeed.
The hoses. So one sec, I'm just going to pause real fast. Yeah, where we were. We were at the hoses.
Indeed.
So after all that work done, the Peugeot Boxer was still smoking a lot.
Yeah.
And the English mechanic that we went to and paid the 400 euros to do everything except the hoses, which we forgot.
Yeah.
The English mechanic upsold us, what was it called again? An additive, a fuel additive. He says, put this additive in the tank when you go fueling up next time. And it will clean the tank out, the dirt in there, which has accumulated, and that could also reduce the smoke.
Yeah.
And it did, to an extent, that it did that.
Yeah, true.
And then we were talking with Paul and Jean, and Paul said, to have the van pass the inspection, we have to reduce the smoke even more. And he knew a way to do that. He says, it's a fuel pump issue. If you can tune the fuel pump up or down, and that will give you more or less smoke, depending on which way you're tuning. So we were talking about tuning the fuel pump. But we hadn't done it yet.
No.
So while we were discussing the tuning of the fuel pump, COVID happened in the world. Sort of the fake pandemic, to see how sheeple follow up crazy orders to wear a mask, a diaper, face diaper, all that stuff happened. You've been there, you know what we're talking about. The
Indeed.
obedience test or the stupid test or the IQ test. Like how
True.
how manipulatable is the world. I mean, if you think we were manipulated in our real talks, remember everybody got
Yes.
manipulated,
The whole
right?
world.
The whole world got manipulated.
Yep.
If you laugh at us
Yes.
for being manipulated like this, remember who was wearing a face diaper in the store.
Indeed.
You probably put one on.
And took the tests.
Took the probably took all the jabs, the poison shots, the kill shots,
Etc. Yep.
the died suddenly shots. And funnily enough, we never fell for that manipulation. So we recognized the world's manipulation, but not the manipulation in our own front yard.
Indeed.
As always, of course. So, COVID happened. And we were sitting out one day, and we just had all these plans for the fuel pump. When the police came to the campsite, and the mayor of the village came to the campsite, and they said, because of COVID, unfortunately, you all have to leave. And we talked about this into more detail in our vlogs.
Yep.
You can all watch this back. It's all in the vlogs.
Yep. True.
So the European-wide, look, a lot of tourists had already gone back because of COVID. The most scared people, the hypochondriacs, they had already gone back. They were so scared for this invisible virus that you had to be tested for to know that you had it. So if you hadn't tested for it, you wouldn't know you had it. So how reliable were those tests?
Yeah.
But the hypochondriacs already were back in their countries. But we were all still sort of hanging out. We were in this mountain village. There's nothing nearby, nothing touristy. There's nothing to do. Pretty safe, far away from the pandemic.
Yeah. True.
So we thought we'll be good here and we'll ride out the pandemic there, in that little mountain village in Portugal. But then the mayor said, European-wide, all the borders are going to close
Yep. True.
after the weekend. All the borders are going to close after the week. We're getting another phone call.
Oh.
So now it's gone already, but yeah. So the mayor said, all the borders are going to close. He came on a Monday, and he said next week on Monday, all the borders are going to be closed, meaning you guys cannot leave Portuguese border anymore.
Yep.
After next week.
Yep.
So he said, you all have to go back to your countries of origin. You have a week to do it.
Yep.
So, because you cannot stay here. If you stay here, if we're coming back on Monday, whoever is still here gets sent away by the cops. That's what he said.
Yeah. True.
So on Tuesday, most of the people on the site are packing up to leave. Some have to drive back to France, some have to drive back to Germany, we'd have to drive back to the Netherlands. And normally it takes us 3 weeks to drive that distance. And now they're telling me, and Petra and everybody, we got an official note and everything, a paper explaining. All the borders are going to close. So that means that we have a week to cross from Portugal into Spain, from Spain into France, the border, and from France into Belgium, and Belgium into the Netherlands. 4 borders we have to cross.
Yeah.
We got a week. So we said, well, luckily we had all that work done, so we're confident they'll make the journey home. We're happy that we have new tires. We're not so happy that we have to leave already, but it is what it is. So we want to go as well, and we want to leave immediately. But Paul says, remember, you can't leave yet. We still have to do the fuel pump. If we don't fix the smoke,
Yep.
you come back in the Netherlands and your van will be rejected by the inspection. And that's true.
Yeah, true.
So, he suggests, why don't you stay a day longer? Don't leave on Tuesday like everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
Why don't we wait Tuesday out? So we were sitting outside in our chairs with them. Well, we saw everybody leaving and waving at everybody. And we were having our teas like now. Waving goodbye to everybody. And Paul said, we'll do the fuel tank on Wednesday.
Yep.
And everybody's left, and then we have more time to do it. But he also suggested, because it was clearing out, he says, I don't think they're literally gonna move us along. That
Kick
could
us
have been just a manipulation from them
Yep.
to get us to move on our own behalves voluntarily.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they won't even kick us out. He said, what if we just see if they actually come back to kick us out, or maybe just they leave us alone and we can camp here and then we have the whole site to ourselves.
Yes.
So we said, well, that's a big if.
Risk.
There's a big risk, because we still risk being sent away.
Yep.
No, I don't think so. I know best.
Yeah, well.
So everybody left except us and them.
Yeah.
Huh? So, but I said to Petra, no, I think the best thing is we still have to go. So we told them, if we do the fuel pump on Wednesday, then we'll leave on Thursday. And that gives us Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday to get all over those 4 borders back to the Netherlands.
Yeah, true.
Well, Paul and Jean, they're living in Spain. They're living really close by to the border of Portugal.
Yeah.
They only had to drive 4 to 6 hours.
Half a day.
Half a day. So even if they get kicked out on Monday, they have to drive half a day
Yes.
and they're home.
Yep.
If they can still cross the border on Monday, they're home.
True.
And they say, well, we know a few back routes. They might check the main roads for them. They said, well, we've been here thousands of times. We're coming here a long time. We know the back roads. They won't block all the back roads. They'll probably block the main highways to where all the tourists drive. He said, I'm sure we can find a goat path or two and get back into Spain, get back to our house, and they could be back within half a day.
Yep.
But we
True.
needed more days. We needed a lot more days because we had to go 3,500 kilometers crossing 4 borders. So we said, well, we're not going to risk it. We're going to leave then on Thursday, but if we could do the fuel pump on Wednesday.
Yep, true.
But Paul didn't really like that, so he kept pushing us to stay with him. He didn't want to be alone
Yeah.
there.
No.
You understand? He didn't want to be alone there with his wife, the only van there.
True.
If they're both there, if we are both there, then you have a better chance to stay.
Yep. Quite possibly, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But to stay, you need to give a reason to the police and to the mayor. And you can see where this is going. So he needed to find a way for us to keep us there.
Yep.
And it's just from connecting the dots backwards, from
Yeah, true.
how we got to know them and how he saboteured our master twice.
Yeah.
Connecting the dots. He needed a way for us to stay there. He was pushing for us to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
We can get to know him that if he's
True.
pushing for something multiple times, then he really wants you to obey that.
Yeah.
He wants you to follow along.
Yep.
Now, I didn't know him that well, Petra, so we pushed back. We said, no, it's final. We have spoken. Our decision is made.
Yeah, true.
We're leaving on Thursday.
Yeah.
So on Wednesday, let's sit out again. And I'm saying, well, shall we do you guys want to sit out, have a coffee, have a tea? No, not coffee, but tea.
Mm-hmm.
cookies. And we said, no, let's just get the fuel pump fixed. And the sooner it's fixed,
Yeah.
sooner we can leave. That's
True.
not what he wanted to hear. That was not music to his ears.
No. True.
It was not music to his ears.
Not at all.
So I said, let's do the fuel pump. And he said, you know what, let's start after lunch. Because if you start after lunch, we cannot leave on Wednesday.
Yeah. True.
So I was pushing him. I didn't know him well. I didn't know you don't push Paul into doing something.
No.
He has to sort of work, he has to initiate the job.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't, so I was pushing like that to the fuel pump.
Yeah.
Now, if you get to know Paul a little bit, what he always did was give you in the morning, he give you a master class on the job that he's going to do in the afternoon, later. And we appreciated those master classes.
Yeah.
We had a lot of those. And they were usually 4 hours long until lunch. Like you get out of the van in the morning until he had to go in for lunch.
Yes.
That was the time that the master class lasted. It could last 3 hours, 4 hours. Depending on when his wife said lunch is ready, then the master class finished. And then in the afternoon, the job got done.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to vlog those master classes. Because he gave a lot of information and he explained it to us like we are 5-year-olds, which you have to do.
Very comprehensible.
So very complicated matter, he could compact that into very understandable information. I would have loved to share that on the channel, but they didn't want to be in the vlogs.
No.
But we sort of got to, because of those master classes, we got to learn a lot about how things work in an engine and with brakes and stuff.
Yep. True.
So also back later on with the Renault Master, we got another master class over the fuel pump, because also on the Renault Master we tweaked the fuel pump. But we're now with the Peugeot Boxer. And so I'm using the information that we got from him from the master classes and from tweaking the fuel pump of the other van that we had after the Peugeot Boxer in this story now. So Paul said tuning is dangerous. Tuning is dangerous. If you don't know what you're doing, you can blow up your engine with it. You can ruin your engine with it. You can give it too much fuel, which isn't good. You can give it too little fuel, which is also not good.
True.
It's very relevant for our breakdown with the Peugeot Boxer.
Yes.
So to tune it, when we had the future van, the Renault Master, this is the way to tune it. Me, Paul and Petra. Huh? Patrick, Paul and Petra.
Sounds like a band.
Yeah, sounds like a band. We all hop into the Renault Master. So this is the future. Huh? In the future, we hop into the van, the Renault Master together.
Yes.
Paul also. We're driving. And Paul says to you, see smoke? Do you see smoke? No, first, on the campsite, he tunes it. And then we go on a journey. And he says, do you see smoke? Do you see less smoke or more smoke? So for example, I say, I see more smoke. He says, okay, pull over. So you pull over to the side of the road, pop the engine out. It wasn't easy with the Renault Master because the engine is in between the seats. You had to turn the seats around every time. But he figured sort of a way, if you drive without the engine cover, he sort of, you had to be careful not to burn his hands. His engine was hot.
Of course.
He tuned it the other way. We said, okay, let's tune it the other way. He hops back in. We drive. He says, now do you see more or less smoke? Oh, I see less smoke. Okay, pull over again. Let's to tune it up or down an extra notch. We go drive again. Do you see smoke? No. Don't see any more smoke.
True.
Okay, let me tune it down, pull over, I'll tune it down a bit more. oh yeah, now it's a bit, it doesn't smoke, but it also doesn't want to go up the hills anymore. Oh yeah, then I tuned it too much. Pull over again, tunes it back. Do you see smoke? No, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So within half an hour, we went sort of one way, tuned it to perfection. We came back,
Yep.
and that was the Renault Master diesel pump tuned, no more smoke. Awesome.
Yep. Fantastic.
So Paul had told us in the masterclass with the Peugeot Boxer, that is the very first year that we were with them.
Yes.
He told me in the morning, I'm going with you, and we'll tune it as we drive. We'll tune it.
Yeah.
So in the afternoon I say, well, Paul, let's go. I'm pushing him, let's go. He had his lunch. He's sort of, he's sort of lazy. After lunch, you're sort of full. You want to just hang in the chair. You don't want to go do anything.
No.
He says, now, I'll stay here. You two go. And I found that weird.
Yeah.
And looking back from the experience I just told you, that is weird. But we didn't know that it was weird yet, because we had no clue in those days.
No.
We still don't, but after the second tuning trip, we knew that's how it's supposed to go. Paul didn't know in the first meetup that we would ever meet up again and do another tuning in another van.
No.
He just knew about this one.
Yeah.
So he said, no, I'll just tune it a notch. You and Petra go out into the mountains, because we were in a mountain village. He said, I'll tune it, and then just look if you see more or less smoke.
Yeah.
And then come back and tell me. And that's what we did. So we go out of the mountain village, we drive out of the village. Oh, I see a bit less smoke. I come back, he's still sitting in the chair. And more or less smoke. Less. Perfect. But still smoke? Yeah, still smoke. Let's tune it down a bit more. Off you go again. So off we went again. Do you see more or less? Eventually there was no more smoke.
Yep. True.
Come back, we said, well, perfect, no more smoke.
No.
Let's tune it down again. And this time, he said, and we were going up like, I don't know how many, 100 times. Now he says, there was no more smoke. We said it's good.
Yeah.
It drives well and there's no more smoke. It's done.
True.
We can leave. Maybe we can still leave today. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Stupid me. I said, maybe it's perfect. Oh, it's still early. Maybe we'll leave today. That's not what he wanted to hear. He didn't want us to leave. He says, no, you can't leave yet. I'll tune it down a bit more. You go back out there with Petra and now try to see if you can still get the van up to 100 kilometers an hour, so you know that you can have enough power still while it's tuned down, if it still have power to get up to 100 kilometers an hour. That's not an easy ask in a mountain village with roads that are all going.
Yeah.
There are only a few straight bits, so I knew there's a couple of straight bits.
Yeah. True.
And then I have to floor it in the straight bits and see how fast can I get up to. So we drive to the straight bits, and I can sort of get to 80 kilometers an hour top speed before I have to break down again. Before I have to brake again, because there's a bend coming, a corner.
Yes.
So we come back to Paul, and I said I could get it up to 80 kilometers. No, then we have to tune it up again. So he was, that's not fast enough, so you need to go faster. But every time he tuned it, sometimes it was struggling so much, I had to floor it, pedal to the metal every time to get up to speed. I was driving it like a race car, and I'd never driven this van or any van like a race car. I had to put the pedal to the metal. And what we later learned, if you tune it down a lot, it creates a lot of pressure in the hoses. A lot of pressure in the hoses.
True.
And if the hoses are porous,
Yes.
if the hoses are porous,
Yeah.
it's not good for the hoses. If you duct taped those hoses, it's not good.
No.
And normally I would never drive it like a race car. And we didn't want to, but he sort of ordered us, see if you can get up to 100 kilometers. So, you can get back on the road. So we were up and down, up and down. We went into the village, waved to all the villagers, goodbye, and then come back. The same people, those villagers, they're sitting there in their chairs at the bar. There they are. Goodbye. Oh, they're back. Goodbye. Oh, they're back. They must have forgotten something. Goodbye. Oh, they're back. The whole afternoon was wasted, and he sent us up and down the mountain 100 times, easily. Putting a lot of pressure on the hoses, and the engine, and the hoses, and everything.
Yep.
And he didn't want to come with. I said, it's easier if you come with us.
True.
Then we can tune it as we go. Then we don't always have to drive back to the village. No, I don't want to do that. You do it. Eventually, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It was perfect before he sent us up and down. When we said, now we're going to leave, we can still leave, it's early. It was perfect then. So at the end of the afternoon, it's back to that state that it was the first time that we said it's perfect. So, don't touch it, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So he sent us up and down the mountain 100 times, and then eventually we get back to the state that it was when we said we want to leave, but by then it's too late to leave. So we tell him, it's perfect, it's fast enough. We didn't get it up to 100 kilometers an hour because the road wasn't long enough.
No.
But I said to Peter, well, 80 kilometers, I'll take it. We get it back up to 80 kilometers.
Yeah.
Sometimes we would only go up to 50 or 60 or 70 when we were tuning it. And it was like the engine always, a lot of pressure on the hoses.
Yeah.
Eventually get it back to 80 kilometers. I said to Peter, I'll take it, I'm happy with that. We said, it's perfect and it's getting dark.
Yep.
Let's call it, it's perfect. And he said, oh, fine, good. And then we said, well, then we leave tomorrow.
No.
He didn't want to hear. We leave tomorrow.
No.
So tomorrow arrives. It's now Thursday. We'll be right back. Go back. Thursday comes. And we're getting ready to leave. And this ties into another masterclass that we got later with the Renault Master. In the future. In the future, Thursday arrives and he says, have you changed your mind yet? Are you staying? We said, no, we're going. I'm just going to top up the fluids, check the oil, check the coolant. And I noticed the coolant is a bit low, it's on the low. And I top it up to the max. And Paul is standing next to me.
Yep.
He lets me top it up to the max. I put the cap on. I said, well, that's topped up. And he says, yep.
Indeed it is.
Indeed it is. From the future masterclass, in the Renault Master, same scenario, in the future. But so I have to tell the future bit now. I top up to the coolant in the Renault Master to the max. Paul says, don't do that. That's a classic mistake that everybody makes. Normally, yes, top up to the max level. But with coolant, especially in old vans with Perouse hoses, never top it up to the max, top it up to the minimum, because it creates less pressure in that plastic ball or container where the coolant is in. It gets hot, it expands. The fuller it is, the more pressure it is on the container and on the hoses.
Yep.
He says you're better off putting it down to the minimal. So he tips it over the plastic bowl and he pours out the excessive coolant.
Yep. True.
And he says this way you're going to keep the van much longer than if you fill it up to the max on these old vans. It's not good.
No.
Not good for nothing. Never do that.
Yeah.
You're really strict about that. So rewind to the Peugeot Boxer, I fill it up to the max. He doesn't tell me this.
Nope.
He told me that only in the future. He told me that in the future.
Yeah.
But he's not knowing that. He's going to tell me that in the future because they don't know they're going to meet us ever again.
No.
He sees me filling it to the max. that it can be. And he gives me the thumbs up on it. And then his wife starts talking to us about our trip back. And I see Paul getting a screwdriver, because to tune the fuel pump, you do it with a screwdriver. There's a screw, and you twist it one way or the other, to the left or to the right.
Yep.
More or less fuel mixture. It's
Yep.
the mixture, the fuel in the pump.
Yep.
And I told Petra the day before, I said, we're not gonna have Paul touch the diesel pump again,
Yeah.
because he tuned it finally. Let's just keep him away from the diesel pump, because it's tuned perfectly. So we pledged to each other the day before, let's not let him touch
Yep.
the diesel pump.
Yeah.
So the wife is distracting us. She pulled a screwdriver, walking to the engine. I think, uh-oh. So I immediately go over there, and he's already in there with the screwdriver.
Yeah.
I said, what are you doing? It's good.
Yeah.
I told you it was good. Leave it alone. No, I want to be absolutely sure. Excuse me. COVID. He said, I want to be absolutely sure that it passes the inspection. You said it was perfect, so I'm going to tune it down a bit more
Yeah.
to make sure that you'll pass the inspection. Now, this is where the saboteur makes his move.
Yep.
Because, like I said, he didn't want us to go, and they're still trying us to stay.
Yep.
Now, he has created a plan in the saboteur mind, the saboteur part of him.
Yep.
He thinks, I'll tune it down a bit too much, so when they leave, they have to come back.
Yep.
He was counting on us coming back.
Yeah.
So we say our goodbyes, we hug them, we thank them, we cry. We cry, we kiss, we hug, we smooch, and off we go, and there they are by themselves, alone. But he thought, if I tune it back a bit too much, another message coming in,
Yep.
he thinks, if I tune it back too much, they'll have no choice but to come back. You understand this? So if we would have come back, so we leave, then we notice, oh, we can't get up to speed.
Yeah.
I almost didn't make it up the hill.
No.
Because he tuned it back, even though we told him don't do it.
True.
So I knew he tuned it back too much, but we didn't want to go back.
No.
He thought they have no choice to come back. And then when we come back, he'll say, well, we need another day of tuning.
Yeah.
And then it'll be Friday.
Yep.
And then it'll be sort of too late for us to still leave, if you understand.
Yep.
It wasn't out to sort of destroy the van. He was out on keeping us there. So he was hoping we would come back again and do another round of tuning.
Yep.
That'll then take up the whole day, because he didn't want to come with us. No. Because when we tuned it with the Renault Master, it was done in half an hour. It was that easy. It didn't have to take an whole afternoon and not have to take 2 days.
No.
But Petra and I are stressed, because we know the border is closing. We know we cannot travel 10 hours or more, maybe. We might need a few days to get back home to the Netherlands.
Yep.
So we're sort of stressed to leave. So I said to Petra, if we go back now to Paul to do another round of tuning, then we might not be able to leave today, or it will be too late already to make put some miles between us.
Yep. Yep.
So the first straight bit, I tried to get it to 80 kilometers an hour. I really have to push the pedal into the metal
Yep.
all the way in. Normally just have to touch it and it goes to 80, but now I have to push it all the way in. The engine is sort of not happy. We could hear it struggling. Gasping and you could hear it, and I said, I wish he didn't touch it. It was sort of perfect. He ruined it by tuning it too much, but we didn't realize he wanted us to come back.
Hindsight is a
Hindsight,
wonderful
we
thing.
know.
Yep.
He wanted us to come back and then sort of do it, keep us there long enough so we would give up on leaving, and then we would stay there possibly for the next few months, because once the border is closed,
Yeah.
you'll have to wait till the pandemic is over. So we would have been
Yeah.
with them on an empty campsite, so we would have all the place to ourselves, and then he had us to himself for who knows how long, many months,
True.
right? So
Yep.
we decide, in hindsight, we should have maybe gone back and say, hey, it's too much, but we didn't. We just wanted to go.
Yeah.
You say your goodbyes, you don't want to come back again. So we decided to keep going anyway. I said, I'll just drive. Yeah,
To the next spot.
we'll just keep going. So we cross into Portugal, and then we camp up somewhere near a roadside restaurant for the night. And then the next day, off we go again.
Yeah.
And the van is really not sounding well. It really struggles up the hills.
Yeah.
But we're in Spain. We have the fourth border crossed. Past the armed guards with the machine guns and everything.
Yeah.
We get we have a note that allows us passage.
Yeah. True.
And then we have to use that on all the borders that we have to cross. So the van is really struggling. And I said to Petra, we might have to ask Paul, send him a message and ask him, how do we tune it up again? Because it's not good.
No.
So I said to Petra, I send him a message.
Yep.
And she says, yeah, well, what do I have to formulate? What do I have to ask for you? So she's typing that.
Yes.
She's still typing that. But the interesting thing, I asked Paul, show me how to tune it myself. And he said, no, only an expert tuner can tune the van. Even later, with the Renault Master, I asked him again, can you show me how to tune it myself? No, only an expert can tune it.
Yeah.
But with the Renault Master, eventually, because we couldn't pass a bicycle, he was tuning that one too. We couldn't even pass a bicyclist up the hill anymore because he tuned it down too much. And then I did sort of pressure him, push him, as politely as I could to show me. I said, well, in an emergency situation, please teach me, oh Swami. Please teach me the way, show me the way. Yeah. And then he did sort of reluctantly show me, okay, this is the screwdriver. There's a couple of screws. This is the right one.
Yep.
This one you have to turn. Petra, do you have some paint? And he painted it on the screw, and on the fuel pump he marked where sort of the notch of the screw has to stand to tune it. So he taught me how to do it, but I never wanted to touch it. And even then, sometimes he tuned it for us before we went on a shopping trip. He said, I'll tune the van today for you, the fuel pump. And we said, no, you don't need to. It's running perfectly. No, let's tune it anyway. It's smoking. I see a bit smoke coming out when you're driving off. And then he tuned it, and he tuned it way too much.
Yep.
And then when we were at the shop, I opened up the hood. I tuned it back. Because now it was marked with paint. I tuned it back with a screwdriver, closed the bonnet again. And then when we came back to the site, he asked, and how did it go? I said, yeah, much better.
Yeah. True.
And then he left it alone. He left it alone after that. But it was, I didn't know, in the Peugeot Boxer, I didn't know which screw, I didn't know how he did it. It was like magic to me. So Petra was typing the message. And I is there a way, if we send you a picture, can you maybe explain to us which screw is it, where is it? Because the van is not breathing properly, it's not going properly. And while Petra is doing all this, I see smoke coming out of the motor bay. And I said to Petra, you know what, cancel the message. We got a more severe issue to deal with. And then the hoses had cracked completely. And it overheated the engine. And that was the end of our Peugeot Boxer, and we were trapped in a Spanish garage for many months during the pandemic. For almost 3 months. We were trapped. And Paul felt really guilty about that because he knew what he'd done.
Yes.
He knew what he'd done.
Seemed
In
like
hindsight, he knew what he had done. He expected us to come back, and because we had no choice to come back, that's why he overtuned it.
Yep. Yep.
We didn't go back. He surprised him, and he probably thought, uh-oh. Because he knew it. The coolant was too full.
Yep.
The hoses were porous. He
Porous,
tuned it too much. He knew. He knew what was going to happen.
Yep.
But if it happens far away enough, it was sort of payback for us saying, we're not doing as you command. We're going against your instructions or commands to stay with you. We're leaving. So the saboteur in him sabotaged it, tried to get us to come back.
Yep.
We didn't do it. So while we were trapped for those 3 months, he phoned us up every day
Yes.
out of guilt.
I guess, yes.
We suppose he felt sorry, he felt guilty. And we said, yeah, I think he feels guilty. That's why he's phoning us up so much. And it was a ripple effect because we kept phoning us up for the next few years until we met up again and went down what all happened in the convoying vlogs. So he did know what he had done.
Yep.
But also, in the he has to pee?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, just let me finish my thought. Also, we did expect sabotage because the van was so... we didn't understand why does it break down. But there was another incident that occurred in the week that we talked about in the video. We did suspect sabotage. And we talked about that in the vlog. We said we might have been sabotaged. But we thought it was somebody else sabotaging it. We didn't expect the sabotage to come from the back. Stabbed in the back by Paul. Because we only knew the fixing side of him. We hadn't seen the manipulative saboteur side yet. Only with our master. So we'll tell you why we thought we were sabotaged. Right after Pete had a pee. We're back. Pete had a pee. Where were we? Sabotaging. I know it's a maybe a roller coaster of a story. Where we flash forward in time and flash back. But hopefully you're still with us. We're trying to tell this unscripted, out of the top of our minds, in one go. We suspected sabotage, like I said, before Peter had to pee, but not from Paul, because we thought he's helping. So we didn't see it. But we also told you in the vlog where we talk about convoying, he put our lives in danger a couple of times, the same Paul, by creating conflict with people. And also this time, because you're looking back, you don't know about the future conflicts yet that he will create. But now we know the future conflicts that he created, so you relate it back to the first conflict he created. That put our lives in danger. There was a German family on the site with us, and they had 2 kids, and the kids had homemade knives. They were cutting off branches of the campsite bushes the whole day. And that was annoying. To be fair, that was annoying. The parents didn't correct them. I mean, those bushes, that's not... You don't destroy the property of a village that lets you stay there for free. And so the parents should have stepped in. But not our problem, not our kids, not our problem sort of situation. But we did notice the kids had the knives, the homemade knives with them, to cut off those bushes. At the same time, the conflict that was created by Paul, there was another guy called Lucas. And Lucas had a dog, and Lucas's dog had beat up the tires. Paul had a motorcycle, he put on a new tire on the motorcycle, and then Lucas's dog came over and introduced himself to Paul's new motorcycle tire. Not cool Lucas didn't call the dog back.
No.
And you don't have to take that. I agree, that's rude.
Mm-hmm.
You have a new motorbike, or you have a new tire on a motorbike.
Yeah.
You paid for it, it's not cheap.
Of course.
And you don't want the dog peeing on it.
No.
If it does damage or not. Some say it does, some say it doesn't. Some say it doesn't matter, but it does matter. It's somebody else's property. You don't want. If you leash the dog, they'll never get a chance to pee up the tire.
No.
So Paul calls over Lucas, and he says to Lucas, "If your dog pees against my van tire or motorbike tire, if I see it one more time, I'm gonna kill your dog. I'm gonna kill him dead."
Yeah.
And Lucas then gets upset, and he starts calling out Paul, and starts going over to the other motorhomers on the side and telling everybody, "That guy wants to kill my dog. He's an asshole. My dog is so sweet. He wants to kill the dog." And guess who's standing next to Paul when this guy is doing his upsetness? Me. Now, I'm a big guy, and Paul, compared to me, is like me standing next to a midget or a dwarf or a tiny man, sort of say. If you look in that direction that he's pointing, there's one man standing out. I mean, that's what I mean. It's me.
Yeah.
It's not Paul.
No.
I'm standing out.
Yeah.
If you think, which of those two men would have most likely said, "I'm going to kill your dog," it would be me. By associating with Paul, and Paul creating the conflict, and me being next to Paul, I'm associated. I'm guilty by association.
Yeah. True.
All those people thought I had said, "I'm going to kill your dog." So the morning, or maybe, no, not the morning, but one of the day after, the next morning, we find a knife. And then we didn't find it right away. The morning that we wanted to leave, after doing all the tune-ups and everything, the tuning of the fuel pump, everything.
Yeah.
When I was doing the check with the coolant and filling it up to the max, I see the knife.
Yep.
There's a knife in the edge. You only see it when you lift the hood up.
Yep.
There's a knife, and it's a knife from the German kids.
Yeah.
And we thought this is a declaration of war from the people that think that I'm the dog murderer. So, and we start thinking, what did they do with the knife? So we checked the tires that morning, and we didn't see any cuts.
No.
I think we looked inside of the van, didn't see anything cut through. You check everything, the brakes, didn't see anything.
No.
So when we were stranded in Portugal, in our video back then, it's still on there, we say we might have been sabotaged by the German father, maybe, who threw the knife at our van, or who knows what he did.
No.
But we didn't see the sabotage
Happened.
from Paul.
Yeah.
I don't know how the knife got there. We still don't.
No. I think, I believe he found it and said, "There's a knife on your hood." He found it.
I thought I found it.
Supposedly.
Or did he find it? Yeah, then don't matter.
Well,
Doesn't matter. There was a knife there. Maybe Paul put it there as to think, oh, then we won't suspect him, but we will suspect. But there was nothing to suspect yet, because the sabotage was with the fuel pump tweaking. That's why
True.
the hose broke.
Yeah.
That was already in a Peruge state.
Oh, yes.
So while we were telling Paul about, we think we've been sabotaged, we remember the dog incident, it never dawned on us that the real reason we broke down was because of all the fine-tuning we'd done the day before, up and down, and then before we left that he tuned it down. I mean, we were not happy, even though we knew we were upset with him for doing it, because he went against our wishes. We said, don't touch it, it's good like it is. He did it anyway, but we didn't suspect foul play from Paul.
No.
But because he sabotaged our other van 2 times in this 1 year,
Not at the time.
Then you say, hey, wait a second. Now we connect, and now it's dawning on us.
We see a pattern
We
here.
see the pattern. He didn't want us to leave.
Yep.
He didn't want us to go.
Mm-hmm.
In the Renault Master, he didn't want us to go to the store that he designated for us. And he took our engine out.
Yep.
He didn't want us to go, leave him alone for Christmas when his wife flew back home to be with her family. So he ripped the side panel off, so we had work to do. We couldn't go.
Nope.
Isolated us, hijacking all our time.
Yep.
So he told us then, I want to stay here with you in Portugal and have the whole site to ourselves and then stay together for the whole pandemic, just the two vans on the whole football field.
Yeah.
That was that was the plan.
Yeah.
And to get there,
Yeah.
he just had to tune the fuel pump down too much.
Yep.
He said he's the expert. He was the expert tuner. So he knew he was doing too much. He knows when somebody says that.
Of course. Yeah.
Because he didn't want to come with us, that was the big red flag.
Yeah.
Which we only knew from the future. When he did come with us, he showed us the proper way to tune it is if he comes with us. And in the master classes, he said, I always go with somebody to tune it.
Yeah.
And he forgot, probably, because he got all the boosters and the shots, he forgot probably
Yes.
that in the first meeting, he didn't want to go with us. Which is really, we didn't understand it.
No.
And maybe, I said to Petra a lot of times, I should have said, well, if you're not coming with me to tune it, then we're not doing the tuning.
Yep.
But I wanted to pass the inspection with the Peugeot Boxer.
Yeah.
So we went along with how he commanded us to do. He said, I command you go drive 100 times up and down the road. We went along with all of that.
Yeah.
And that is what caused the van to break down. That's why the hose cracked.
That's definitely our suspicion. Yes.
Yeah, it's like
all the dots connect. So.
that is the dots connected.
Yep.
And
True.
so we went to Portugal
Yeah.
in two vans, and all the vans got sabotaged
Yeah.
because he was on one hand fixing it, but the manipulation was fixing.
Sabotaging.
It attaches you to them,
Sabotaging.
and then sabotaging it. More fixes. It keeps you attached to them longer.
Yeah.
So it's the pattern. It's like I make you sick and I sell you the cure.
Yeah. True.
I sabotage your van and I sell you the repairs. And because we were poor, and like I said, we spent 800 euros on the Peugeot Boxer, and they convinced us to spend that.
Yeah,
So when we broke down, we needed a replacement engine, which cost 3,000 euros.
Yeah.
We didn't have the money anymore because we already spent 800 euros on getting the Peugeot Boxer drive ready.
Yep. True.
And then we had to do a fundraiser, and every day Paul called us and he said, how's the begging going?
Yeah.
Really disrespectful. He asked us always, how's the begging going, the e-begging?
Yes.
Saying to people, look, we're broken down. We need 3,000 euros. We got still like 1,500 left. We need to get another 1,500 to get out of there.
Yeah.
It took us 3 months to get the money together.
Yeah.
Every day he called us, how's the begging going? He must have had quite a laugh.
Yeah.
Sitting in his house, in his comfy couch, with his wife.
Yep.
And he caused that. He caused it all.
Yep.
And we never connected the dots, like how bad it really was. Until now, when we were doing these real talks.
Yes.
And it's horrifying. It's almost like we can't believe this is actually how bad it was. But we cannot draw any other conclusion. That's the reason we broke down. We never understood it. It's like 6 years ago.
Everything was up to date.
We never understood why we broke down.
Upgraded. So.
Yeah. And the sad thing is, then we get the money together. We go back to the Netherlands.
Yep.
We go to the inspection, and indeed, it passes on the smoke. It wasn't. It didn't pass, but the smoke wasn't the issue.
No.
That was all right. That was now all right.
Yes.
So we make it back to the Netherlands. We go to the inspection.
Yep.
Smoke-wise, all right.
Mm-hmm.
But like we said from the start,
Yeah.
it's cheap for a reason. It needs welding. Paul convinced us it doesn't need welding. I had a look underneath. I'm the expert. I'm the engineer. It can go for many more years.
Yep.
And it needed welding. They said, look, there's all
Excuse me.
newspapers and clippings, and there was foam used, builder's foam or
Yep.
whatever it's called.
And then they
And then
painted it
painted it black.
black. Yeah.
So you couldn't see it. It looked proper. So that's why Paul missed it.
Yep.
It looked proper, and they
Yep,
said you
true.
need welding. And then again, because we spent all our money and fundraised to get back to the Netherlands,
Yeah.
we have to turn again to the viewers. All because,
Yep.
all leading back to Paul sabotaging the van.
Yep.
But this time, we get contacted by a Dutch guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he is known in the camper community in the Netherlands for being an awesome guy.
Yeah.
And he does repairs.
Mm-hmm.
And he helps people out
Yeah.
and with problems. And he's, I don't know if we need to say his name. Let's call him John.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
John Clover.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So he contacts us and he says, you know what? I've seen your video. Come by my place.
Yeah.
And I'll have a look at it myself.
Mm.
I'm pretty handy. I got a welding. I can weld myself most things. And if it's a complicated welding job, I have a buddy who's a master welder,
Yeah.
an expert welder.
Yeah.
If I can't weld it, he can. He invites us over, and we are super over the moon.
Yeah.
I go on YouTube,
Yep.
and I say, well, next week we got an awesome offer from John Clover. We're going there.
Yep.
He's gonna weld it. He's gonna help us. He says he's gonna look at it, and I'm gonna weld it.
Yeah.
So we're over the moon. We think we can save the Peugeot Boxer
Yep.
because we have no money. And he says, doesn't matter. I'll help you out of the goodness and kindness of my heart.
Yeah.
So we make a video. Luckily, there's awesome people. Yada yada yada.
Yep.
So the week after, we go to John Clover, the Peugeot Boxer.
Yeah.
And things are suddenly a bit off. He says, well, great to see you, but why don't you park there? But I have to go away for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
I have to pick up a car across the country
Yeah.
and drive it back
Which was weird.
for another project. I have to go pick up a car and drive back.
Yeah.
So he leaves, and we park there. Because we need his welding, we stay.
Yeah.
But I said to Petra, that's weird, because why didn't he postpone?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't he say,
Cancel,
sorry,
yeah.
I'll cancel today, but let's do it tomorrow, or come back over the day after tomorrow?
For instance, yeah.
He cancels on us, and sort of in the evening he comes back, and then he says, well, we're still there, and we were thinking, shall we go? When he was gone, he left us alone in his house, in his garden, for the whole day. We're thinking, what shall we do?
Yeah.
Might as well go, but we need the welding done, we don't have money, so we stay. He comes back, he says, well, I'll have a quick look. And he looks and he says, yeah, indeed, it needs welding here and there. I see it. Look, even more newspapers coming out. They hid it well. He said they hid it well. That's why Paul didn't see it, indeed.
Yep.
And then he says, unfortunately, I won't be able to weld it for you guys.
Yeah.
We said, okay, no problem. It's pity.
Of course, yeah.
But it's okay if you think you cannot do it. And so we say, well, how about your buddy that you said could do it? No, my buddy doesn't have time, or my buddy can't do it either.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was sort of our last hope to save the Peugeot Boxer.
Yeah.
Him helping us out. And he contacted us a week earlier. He said, I'll do it. I made a video in advance, plugging him. And we didn't understand why he suddenly declined to help us until many months later. So we had to literally trade the Peugeot Boxer for nothing We didn't get money for it. We traded it against a mini car.
Yep.
It's in the vlogs. The mini camper is in there. The
Yes.
Pope mobile
Yes.
with a leaky petrol fuel tank. Very dangerous.
Mm.
We traded it with the garage.
Yep.
Many months fast forward. We are parked with the mini camper on a campsite. Suddenly, John Clover, he has a big truck camper at the time. He comes on the site as well.
Yeah.
And for the first time, we hang out together. Because the day we were there, remember, he left to go pick up a car. First time we hang out together, and we have fun, and we click, and we are honest with them, and they're honest with us.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, he says, I have to tell you guys something.
Come clean.
I have to come clean. I'm really ashamed. I have to come clean on this.
Yeah.
Remember when I asked you guys over to check out the welding job, and I promised you I would weld it or my buddy would do it,
Yep.
and you made the video plugging me, everything honky-dory.
Yes.
He said, after you told people that you were coming here, I was contacted by a lot of the trolls and the haters, by your trolls and haters.
Yep.
And certain people
Yeah.
from the Dutch camper community, a lot of people contacted me, and they told us, beware of Patrick and Petra, you cannot trust Patrick and Petra. They got millions from the family's fortune, or whatever it was. They told John Clover, don't help them, they are untrustworthy. I said, who said that? He says, I'm not saying who it was, but certain individuals that are known in the Dutch camp. We have some suspicions, of course, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you can speculate.
No, you won't. Yeah.
He said, I was contacted, and that's a lesson for me. Never tell anybody your plans, because somebody will ruin it for you. So we thought we're doing the right thing. We're being honest with you guys, the viewers. We're saying next week we're going to him. He's going to help us. And in that week, a lot of people contacted him. Maybe it wasn't a lot, but some people contacted him and said, beware of Patrick and Petra. Don't help them. And he said, now I'm talking to you guys. I know you're the real deal. I did have my doubts when they were sort of approaching me not to help you. I wanted to help you, but they were so convincing in their creating of doubts and uncertainty that I listened to them and I decided I'm not going to help you guys with the welding. He said, I easily could have helped you.
Yep.
I wanted to help you. They talked me out of helping you. And I feel horrible about it. He said, I did not expect you to trade the van for this mini camper with a leaky fuel tank. He thought we had money, secret money, to just pay another welder. And I said, no, when we say, which we always do, if we say we don't have money to pay another welder, we don't have money to pay another welder. There was no secret money. And because people probably told him, Patrick and Peter want every work done for free, and they secretly do have money, but they take advantage of your kindness. That wasn't the case.
No.
If that was the case, we would have paid a welder to weld it, or we would have bought a proper van, or we'd have traded in the van for some profits. Now we had to trade it for free for a leaky mini camper. And it was really sad. And John Clover told us, I feel really horrible about this. Sorry, I should have trusted my gut that you are good people, and I feel horrible about it, and I feel sort of responsible of the aftermath, because it's always a ripple effect. Him saying no rippled through, and us having to get rid of the Peugeot Boxer completely, even though we spent a lot of money on a replacement engine. Later, the Peugeot Boxer was for sale by that dealer that we traded with
Mm-hmm.
for 5,000 euros for sale. And we traded it for free
Yeah.
for a mini camper that only was for sale on their website for like 500 to 750 euros.
Mm.
And we said, can we make a trade? And because you're trading with clothes, because we didn't have money. I couldn't trade for another van worth 5 grand to make it an offer they could refuse. I have to say, I give you this good van. Can I have that crappy car over there, which was a former wheelchair wagon,
Mm. Mm-hmm. No.
to make them a good deal. They had 5,000 euros profit because we had no profit from that
No.
at all.
Mm-hmm.
So
Indeed. Yeah.
that is sort of a horrible ending, and that ripple effect,
Mm.
it goes on a long time. It can go on many years.
Yep.
The sort of van that you have, out of necessity, that ripples through. And the decisions you make to whether or not go to Portugal or go meet up with people who take advantage of you or end up taking advantage of you while promising you repairs. They want something back. They might not want money back, but they want your time back or your obedience back, if that makes sense. So that's another thing we never told anybody.
No.
But John Clover told us, I'm sorry, I was influenced.
Yeah.
And I said to Peter, I shouldn't have announced in advance that we were going to him. Something simple, stupid honesty from me, blabbering on,
Yes.
out of enthusiasm and happiness.
Yeah.
After all we went through, a few people took it upon themselves to create uncertainty and doubts in John Clover, a good man who had good intentions. And because of that, because later when we were in France, John Clover moves to France and he starts a B&B. And he invited us over. He said, come by and maybe you can stay here for free and then you do some promotion for me in return for my B&B. But because of this experience that he sort of left us, abandoned us, even though he apologized for it,
Left us hanging.
he left us hanging, we said we can't.
Now, if somebody is that easily influenceable, is that the right word?
Every time you are there and you look at them, you remember that they abandoned you when you needed them. And he offered his help and then withdrew it. Yeah, he offered his help. He contacted us. He offered his help to us. So he made us happy. We see a way out. We see light at the end of the tunnel. Then he withdraws the help. That is extra cruel, if that makes sense. Extra cruel. And bummed us out completely. So because of one person, I made the video. A few people start to troll. And he doesn't help us anymore. And then because of that, we don't help him when he needs promotion for his bed and breakfast and when he needs a website and when he can use. So all of that ripples through. Even many years later, it ripples through. And that's unfortunately how it goes. And this is the story. We said, well, we in the 10 years, this was sort of the worst thing that happened to us, breaking down in Spain during the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's one of our most popular videos because drama sells. But now you understand why. Because we understand why it happened, because we were sabotaged. And now you understand what happened too. Because you've been following along, you have the same that we have. We share what we think. So you thought, what's going on there? Why did they break down? What happened? There was a mechanic there. How is it possible?
Yeah, true.
There's two. There's a meister and an engineer. How can that Peugeot Boxer break down? Because there was an ulterior motive, and there was another side to the engineer, and that was the saboteur. And the saboteur wanted us there, and fast forward, now we're sitting in this van, all because of it all rippled through. Since the Peugeot Boxer, we were digital nomads. We had some money, 2020. Now 6 years later, well, 2026 just started, it still ripples through the decisions we made then to let people touch your van, basically. You trust them to do things.
Yep.
You tell them honestly, well, we're a bit low on the money, so they know, truthfully, that what your situation is like,
Yep.
and they still take advantage of you because of it. That's not cool.
No.
That's not cool.
Nope.
And it still ripples through today. It had an effect on our vlogs, like I said, that we could make. It had an effect on our income, our budget. It all rippled through, all that negativity, that sort of, from us having the crisis after crisis and breakdown after breakdown. And we always said, why can't we get forward? It all started there. That's the final dots. That's the final puzzle piece where we say, here he sabotaged the boxer. That's how we came stuck at the garage for 3 months. He didn't want to sabotage it to the point of breaking down. He just wanted to sabotage it enough so we would not leave him and stay with him. That's, and I must say that's quite a realization from us, and we're sharing it again to emphasize this, so you can do your advantage with this. Be aware if you have.
Cautionary tale again.
I mean, is this your van? Even if somebody else is touching it a lot and helping it a lot.
Yes.
When you say it's good, leave it. Don't touch it. We don't need the panel off. We don't need the engine out. We're not asking you to do all that things.
No. True.
It's tuned fine. It's working properly. It's driving properly. You have to really be really strict and say, don't touch it.
No.
Even if that means the end of the friendship, don't touch it. Don't touch it.
No.
Step away.
Step
away
the
from the
vehicle.
camper van. Step away from the vehicle, sir. Move backwards with your hands up. Drop the screwdriver. Drop the screwdriver. Drop it.
Indeed.
Sir, drop the screwdriver, sir.
Yes.
Drop it.
Drop it.
I mean, really, that's what you have to do to avoid.
No.
You have to be in control. It's your van. Even though it feels like it's their van and you owe them to touch it more and more, you have to say that. We have to say, sir, drop that crowbar. Don't pull the side panel up. Drop it. Sir, step back from the motorhome. Drop the crowbar. Drop it.
Yep.
We had to say, stop tuning it.
Yep.
Drop the screwdriver. Drop the crowbar.
Indeed.
And we had to say, well, it drives well. It doesn't need the engine taken out. Let's not do that. We don't want it. No.
Yeah.
We appreciate you offering this, but please don't. As long as it's, and we know all your arguments, but no, we don't want to take the engine out now.
No.
We did get a bit better at it because the last time we were in Portugal, he also wanted to take the radiator out.
Indeed.
Do a whole radiator all over, and we managed to prevent that. It's not that we allowed everything. We did say sometimes, no, we don't want to take the radiator out.
No.
But that was his project that he had thought up of. We didn't ask him, let's take out the radiator.
Nope.
But we did manage to avoid that. Otherwise it would have been even the same situation as before. You're stuck for months. You can't do anything. You can't go anywhere. You can't work on digital nomads because you have to be. You're pulled back into let's fix the van and let's sit outside and. So. That's the little rant that we still needed to get off our chest. Well, little, but.
Well.
Petra, I know you've been under the weather. How are you feeling?
Still under the weather. Yes.
Yeah. It's all, it comes down to saying no or standing up to somebody, but it's difficult. It's,
Yeah. true.
It is. But in the 10 years, this is sort of for us where the first stone in the pond
Yes.
created a ripple effect that we're still suffering from now. We're still suffering from it now because we didn't take this van to Portugal because of that. We're in the winter. We're in the winter in the Netherlands because of that.
Yep.
Yeah. But like we said, we get stuff done. We get things off our chest, and we finally connect some dots.
Yeah.
And
Indeed.
and you can't ignore the damage that has been done.
No.
And I know it's difficult to talk about it and to admit and say, oh, here I went wrong.
Yeah.
But it's the only way we learn from it.
Yeah.
And because we are vlogging, we want you to learn from it too.
Yeah.
We don't want you to go through the same thing.
No.
Learn from our mistakes. Please say no. And if you have a plan with somebody to meet them, like we said in the other vlog about the poodle guy,
Yeah.
we told poodle guy about our plans. We said we are going to meet up with our friends. And with we, I meant me and Petra. I didn't mean
Him.
me, Petra, and him, and the entire Dutch van life community.
No.
So if you tell somebody your plan, they took advantage of it. He took it over. It was his show.
Yep.
He wanted to. So, but that's another real talk that you can watch.
Yep.
Also very interesting. It's an hour and 45 minutes long, that one. But if you tell somebody your plans, they'll try to ruin them.
Yeah.
You can't tell people your plans.
No.
They'll ruin them for you. That's what
Yeah.
we learned the hard way.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll learn it by watching this video and think, oh yeah, I was about to tell my family, my friends, my co-workers, my plans.
Yeah, true.
But I better not do it.
No.
I better not do it.
No.
Just look back at certain situations. Because to go forward in the 2026, that's what you have to understand your past to create your future. And if you make the same mistakes now, if we make the same mistakes 2026 that we made in the last 10 years, it will still ripple through in the next decade.
Yeah.
So that's why we're putting the lid on all that.
Yes.
And that's why we're going through all this trouble talking about it.
Yeah.
And this was the final piece of the puzzle. And for the longest time, we didn't want to know that it was true. We didn't want to.
No.
We didn't want to believe that it was true.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to see that this is where it went wrong and this is why. But you have to apply the knowledge
Yeah, true.
that you have, and you have to look back at it and say, that is what happened.
Yeah.
This is the truth of it. Because if we only see it as a friendship, and yeah, mistakes were made, but it was all good intentions, and it was, then you stay trapped in it for another 10 years in the same web.
2 steps forward, 1 step back.
And then it creates more real talks
Yeah. True.
instead of less real talks.
Yep.
But this was the big real talk. That's why we saved it to the last. This is the last real talk that we'll do. At least that's we aspire to.
Yeah.
But this is the big one. This was the biggest one that we kept secret the longest because it affected us the most.
Yeah.
And we just connected the dots ourselves, freshly connected them, so you get sort of the honest output from it.
Yeah.
So this is probably going to be a long one, this video, a long one.
Yeah.
And this is it for me. I don't know.
Indeed.
I mean, there's a ton of stories you could tell, of course, but we try to do the most important ones. And hopefully you can piece it together by watching all the real talks.
Yeah.
You'll piece it together what we're talking about,
Like we did. Yeah.
like we did.
Connected all dots. The
Yeah.
dots. Yeah.
So there you have it, Petra. Is this it? Do you wanna, as
No,
always, do your final thoughts?
No, nothing to add.
Nothing to add.
No.
All right. So we cleaned out the basement of our soul. We cleaned out the attic of our soul. We cleaned out the backyard of our soul, the front garden, and all the rooms in between. Everything cleaned out.
Yep.
So we can go sort of happily, merrily along into the future of 2026. If you can be so kind and if you appreciate the vlogs, please go to payhub.com/petersmithphotobooks.
Yes.
Link in the comments under the video where you can donate to us, to the channel. You can show your appreciation by getting our ebook bundle, 13 ebooks in one bundle.
Indeed.
You can pay for it with Ideal if you're in the Netherlands. You can pay for it with Google Pay, Apple Pay, PayPal, credit cards.
True.
We are just two people who try to make it. And you can see what we had to deal with
Yep.
along the way. And a lot of it feels unfair. But we stepped into it with open eyes. Both of us.
Yes.
There were a lot of signs, there were a lot of red flags, and we ignored them all. We thought you think
True.
you learned them, you think, I'm smarter than this. And before you know it, you got right into the web.
In the middle.
In the middle. And that's how it goes sometimes. Please learn from us. Please learn from us.
Yes. It will save you a lot of heartache.
Yeah. And we'll see you in the next one. It will not be a real talk, but something hopefully more fun.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you for listening.
Yes.
Peter signing off.